I didn't realize how often I abandoned myself, my needs, my voice, my dreams, until one day I woke up feeling like a stranger in my own life. Can you relate? If you've been shrinking yourself, saying yes when you mean no, or ignoring your own boundary, this episode is for you. There was a time when I said yes to everything: extra projects at work, social events I didn't want to attend, family obligations that left me exhausted. One night, I went to yet another dinner I didn't want to be at, smiling while feeling completely drained. I came home, collapsed on the couch, and I realized no one forced me to go. I abandoned myself. I ignored the voice inside begging for rest because I didn't want to disappoint anyone else. The takeaway: when we keep saying yes to others at the expense of ourselves, we slowly disappear from our own lives. Boundaries aren't selfish, they're self respect. I remember years ago, I stayed in a relationship where I constantly walked on eggshells. My feelings were minimized, my needs were too much, my dreams were silly. I kept shrinking, staying quiet, telling myself I didn't want to start over. But the truth, I was abandoning myself to keep someone else comfortable. Leaving that relationship was terrifying, but it was the first time that I chose Kimberly. It was the first time that I chose me. So the takeaway: abandoning yourself for love, it isn't love, it's self-betrayal. The right people won't require you to disappear to be loved. For years, I had a friendship where I was always the listener, the cheerleader, the shoulder to cry on. If she was having a bad day, I dropped everything to be there. If she needed advice, I stayed up late talking her through it. But when I was struggling, she was never there for me. Somehow, I convinced myself that that was fine, that that was okay, that my needs were less urgent, that maybe I was just being too sensitive. One day, I was telling her about something really hard that I was going through, and mid-sentence, she changed the subject back to herself. That moment, it hit me. I realized I had been disappearing in this friendship for years, making myself small just to keep the connection. I left that conversation with a huge lump in my throat, but a decision in my heart. I wouldn't keep abandoning myself just to keep this relationship alive. The takeaway: friendship should be a two-way street. When you keep giving but never receive, you lose pieces of yourself. Real relationships leave room for your voice too. One morning, I stood in the mirror and said out loud, I'm listening. I'm listening to you now. It felt awkward at first, but I started checking in with myself. Do I want to go? Do I have the energy for this? What is it that Kimberly needs today? Slowly, I began honoring my own voice. I said no without apologizing. I left places where I felt small, and I celebrated wins privately without needing others' approval. The takeaway: coming home to yourself starts with listening to the whispers before they become screams. Where have you been abandoning yourself? Relationships, career, friendships? I want to challenge you to write one small promise to yourself today and actually keep it. I want to hear from you in the comments. If this video resonated with you, I want you to pass it on to someone else. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And if no one's told you today, I love you.